I can't make the videos that I want to be making. When I started the YouTube channel, I had a studio. I took this massive risk in the middle of a global pandemic, and I signed up for a 3-year lease at a video studio. And at that time, I was actually married. I owned a big 4-bedroom house that was right down the street from my studio, and work was exploding and growing, and work is still in a good place. Let me just kind of preface this. But I'm struggling to make the videos that I want for you because my life has changed a lot since then. So I'm not married anymore. I am in a relationship, but that relationship has taken me to a different city and a different state, in fact. For those of you that have known me for a long time, you know that I started in Baltimore, Maryland, and I lived there my entire life. And as of this past year, I actually made the move to Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. A lot of my work was happening in D.C., and my significant other was in the area, so it kind of made sense to make a big change in life. And I had sold off that house. My lease was up after 3 years, but I loved that space. Like, that space honestly was becoming more of a YouTube space for me than it was a client space, because after the pandemic and everything subsided, people were back to work, people were back in offices, events and conferences were booming. And so a lot of my work was happening off-site and out of the office. And the reason why I got rid of that studio was kind of, one, because the lease was up, right? It was a 3-year term, and it was either renew for another 3 to 5 years and be stuck in that same spot and not being able to grow or contract as necessary. But also, I had so many life changes happening for me. And so I just want to let you know that I would love to be in the studio with massive streaming setups and cables everywhere and monitors and multiple cameras and shooting things from all these different angles. But right now, where I live, I have what's considered a den in my condo, and it's a probably 9 by 8 foot room. I know a lot of people see my camera shots sometimes and think that like maybe the background is fake or the room is so much bigger than it is, but like that's the plant. Like, I can touch it. The walls, like, I can almost put my arms out and almost touch wall to wall because it's about 8 feet. So there's like maybe a foot on either end from wall to wall. I really wish that I had a huge space. I wish that I could set up all the cameras. I wish that I wasn't stuck to this one camera shot in my little room here. But I want you to know that I do my best when I can to go to friends' places or to shoot in other areas to try to give you the best possible experience. So I made this video just to say to you, like, I want to make better videos for you, and I want to keep it going. I want to keep things interesting. I want to be able to bring in bigger equipment and show you, like, here's how I set up my ATEM constellation rack setup, and here's how I do all this. But it's not as easy in a smaller space. And when I'm out working for a client, sometimes I'm working for another company. It's not always my direct client. And so when I'm working for another company, you know, it's not fair to me to take that time that they're paying me to be on set to go film other stuff. It's not fair for me to pull out a camera and start filming all this behind the scenes stuff when, like, I'm being paid to be there to do my job. So I would love to take you on every single journey. I would love to just have someone who, like, followed me every step of the way on every shoot and every gig and could just document it all. But that takes a lot of time and money. And as you've seen in my other videos, a large portion of the money from this channel really just goes back to getting the videos edited and uploaded online. And it's not just the video, right? There's a thumbnail that has to be designed. And if you don't design a good thumbnail, then people won't click on it. And if people don't click on it, they don't watch it. Then there's really no point in making your videos. So I can't make the videos the way that I dream of making them right now. I have explored so many options on the side, and I want to let my audience and my loyal following know that I'm working on trying to find some better options so that I can give you an even better experience. But that's of course going to come with a cost, and so I have to weigh that out. A lot of these expenses really come out of my own pocket, and I do have a certain level or certain bar that I've set of quality for these videos, because I don't want to just give you an iPhone video, and I don't want to just give you like an Osmo Pocket video where I ran around a set, but it's dark or grainy or whatever. Like, I'm not worried about giving you this like perfect, pristine, you know, ProRes video file for those pixel peepers that are looking at like every little part of the video, but I want to make sure that I can give you a good explainer that teaches you something, that has you walking away feeling like, wow, there's so much more to learn in this industry, and just feeling like it's worthwhile to either make this a hobby or to make this a career and a living. And so I leave you with this. You know, I dream of a bigger space. I dream of being able to do this for you more often. I dream of bigger things. I would love to have retreats where, you know, 20 of us go away and we all work on our businesses and we Airbnb out a mansion somewhere in the mountains, but we do really cool, fun stuff on the side. And maybe that's an option in the future. But, you know, and when that option shows up, I'll certainly be here to invite you on that journey. But I just wanted to make this video to say, I realize that my videos aren't perfect. I realize they could be more. I realize they could have more. And I'm with you. I agree with you. And so thank you if you've watched this far and my ramblings. Thank you if you're watching all of my tutorials, if you're watching the gear reviews, if you're just along for the ride, just thank you.